Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Tea with Taylor. With me, Taylor Neptune. In case you couldn't see or whatever and all that jazz. I have a very special guest here with me today. The lovely AJ Delsignor. Did I say that right? Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good. Okay, because as long as I've known you, I've never said your name out loud. I've heard Delsignor at the many rallies that we've been to, but you've never corrected anyone, so I assumed,
I think, yeah, it's okay.
I assumed it was right.
People usually say, like, the Italian version. Like, not Italian.
I'm not Italian. I just look like it and sound like it. No, that's. I'm glad that I did that right. We're off to a good start here. So today, if you haven't seen, we are talking about pets and animals, affectionately known as our fur babies. You may see these two dogs wandering around here. We're aware. This is my neighbor's dog, Honcho, my Molly's best friend. And this is my Molly on the couch today. She's hanging out.
You're famous.
You're famous. She's a famous cow.
Yeah,
She's
you're
a
famous,
mutant cow dog.
Yeah.
I wish that I had the strength and the energy and the time to create a whole page for Molly, but
Like, just a whole Instagram.
you know what? I wish. I love pet Instagrams, but I don't got the time.
So, like, you get an assistant.
I really wish I could. So we got some snacks here today, courtesy of me.
Yum yum.
I got some croissants for us.
Croissant.
I got some brownies with almonds in them. Hopefully you don't have a nut allergy.
I don't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got some strawberries, fresh strawberries. Just got them today. And some apple slices for us and the dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs
Right
love
apples.
Honcho's not eating his apple. I don't
He's
get it.
saving it for later. He
saving
doesn't
it for
want to
later.
eat on
He
screen.
feels secure here now because his apple is here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into some hot topics first, and I can't wait to hear your opinion on these things.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot going on. Honcho, don't you dare. Come here. Oh, we also got some snacks. Where are the snacks? Some treats for the dog.
Doggy snacks.
We got some good old duck tender recipe pet shop extravaganza for the pups.
Yes,
That's for
one
Molly.
for you, baby.
Honcho, come here. Come here. You gotta sit. Good boy. That's fine. You
Good
can sit
job.
there. That's fine. He's got a giant head, so you probably just see his head.
Big block.
So yeah, first and foremost, something that I thought that was really cool I forgot to find us on Facebook so I can answer the comments. Although I can see pretty good today. This lighting is good.
This is really good.
I would say check us out on YouTube if you're not watching on Facebook, but it is still loading, y'all. Believe it or not. It's always an issue.
It's getting there.
Always. Jaden, like you said earlier, always a technical issue. I don't get it. But yeah, first and foremost, Scotland is becoming the first country to make teaching LGBTQ history in schools mandatory. I thought that was
wouldn't be the
amazing.
first country that I thought was like legalized.
I
but
know!
I'm so happy.
I was like, Scotland? Of all the people to be on board first? Scotland? I don't understand, but hey, hoorah.
I mean, like, my first thing would be, like, the Netherlands. Like,
you would
they
think
are
one of the more queer-friendly places would have did that first. No, Scotland. So we love Scotland. Hoorah,
Yeah.
Maybe kilts will catch on sooner than later.
They can make it gay. I don't know. Some of us don't like plaid.
I love a good kilt, though.
They're fun, like, not the plaid ones. I'm not a good, like, plaid fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I just wore plaid yesterday for the back-to-school ball.
Ooh, okay.
At Dark Lady. Because
Yes.
I was thinking, like, when the girls have the plaid skirts.
Yes,
and
okay, I can understand, so, like, for the look, but, like, a plaid, like, kilt, I would have to be, like, black or mauve.
Okay, I can see that for you. Hi, Auntie. Thanks for watching. I love you, too. My Aunt Chanel, she's one of my biggest fans.
Hello, Chanel.
So, yeah, Scotland making LGBTQI history. We love that. I'm here for it.
Now if they can make it accurate, though. Like, let's make all history
honestly,
actually accurate.
Yeah, one step at a time.
But you know the gays are going to come through and be like, bitch, that ain't right.
True. Jaden said, but I love my flannels, though. That's very true. Give me flannel anytime. Oh, Gabe's watching. Hi, Gabe.
Happy birthday, Gabe.
Happy birthday, Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Seriously, share a link to all your goods and your products. I saw some of that today on Facebook. amazing. It looks great. So share that if you can in the comments, Gabe. I would really love to send some support your way. Next in gay news, the Tony Awards is back as well. What do you feel about that?
Well,
we missed out on the Tonys for a long time.
I love a good musical.
Okay.
Jaden doesn't. But I don't keep up
talked
with,
to Jaden about that.
I'm not one of those gays that are like, ooh, Broadway. Like, I love soundtracks,
Ooh,
but I never watch the musical, like the show itself. But
Okay.
I mean, nothing against them, but I'm not like, yes, Nathan Lane.
Yeah, true. I admire the Broadway scene. I am inspired by it, but do I keep up with it? Not really. No, I'm not like...
I do want to see Rent, though, because it's like the...
There's another Rent?
It's like they're coming to PPAC in October. No, they're coming to the Wilbur in October, and it's like their, like, last... I don't know what you call their last tour, but like their swan song.
I didn't know that their swan song.
Yeah, right?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah,
It
that sounds right. No, you guys tell us.
It's fancy.
It's fancy. That's cute. I believe you.
Yeah.
No, but they had a really awesome, like, opening act. They paid homage to a lot of the things that were broadcasted and a lot of the shows that we didn't get to see because of COVID, that didn't get acknowledged because of COVID, so we had to skip a year. So a lot of people were finally getting their, due praise, I suppose, for these projects, and I'm here for that. So if for nothing else, I'm here for the Tonys for that. But if you guys watch consistently, you know how I feel about award shows in general. Just don't do it. We don't need it. Award shows for what? I've said this so many times. Like, just donate the money to something that's more important. Award shows for what? For us to honor celebrities?
As if they don't get honor.
I know. Who cares? They get paid.
Worshipped.
Enough. Anywho, moving on to... Excuse me, I had an apple. It was a lot more crunchy than I thought. I thought that I could eat it quicker in little incognito, but
Eating an apple is not incognito at all.
And now, welcome to the AJ show, because I need to eat. So, last week I talked about fashion. It was the Fashion's Night Out. It was great. I got to hang out with the Pretty Snake, the creator of Pretty Snake.
Yes.
He's amazing. Shout out to Pretty Snake. Today's the last day that you can get your 20% off if you use that promo code TEATIME too.
That button you're wearing is like everything with all the creatures.
Oh yes! Yeah. Oh my god, yes! You commented on that. Yeah, it was really... I like that. The double-headed snake print, I think it's called, or something like that. Yeah. So I modeled it for him, and he was like, do you want that? Because it's the only one I have right now. And I'm like, sure, yeah, absolutely. It's like, okay, cool. And I got a lot of compliments on it. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm souped about it. But yeah, so we're talking about fashion, but I didn't get a chance to mention fast fashion and get into that conversation. And it is actually really becoming a huge issue for us as a society, and it's leaking into other places. So what I came upon recently is this fast fashion dump yard that is mounding and becoming a huge monster of a problem for people in Ghana. Have you heard about that?
No.
Yeah.
What's fast fashion?
It's ridiculous. So how we produce so much fast fashion with brands like H&M, Zara, Express, Aldo, all those kinds of brands that produce like a revolving door of mass productions of clothing. All the clothing that doesn't get sold gets shipped off, and there's a process where they try to get those clothing sent off to places that need it, like that have a lack of clothing or whatever. They try to do these things. They send them to foundations that need clothing to send out to the homeless. But eventually, it all ends up in this dump yard in Ghana, and it's becoming a huge problem now because it's mounding and mounding. And what they thought they would do in Ghana to control it is to sell the clothing in little street fairs and to give it out to homeless people. And still, there are pounds and pounds of just clothing and material from this fast fashion just dying and decaying on their beaches, all around their cities, and it's becoming a really big problem.
Well, if you think about what the things we waste most,
right?
The things we use and dispose of most. I mean, I'm definitely guilty.
Oh God, we're all pretty guilty of it.
Getting clothing and being and
did you see my closet?
Yeah, right. And growing out of it. Yeah.
I try to hold on to things that serve me as far as garments go, but we have all been guilty of it. Fast fashion is addictive, so to speak, and we all want to look good, and underneath it all, we all shop at some point, so it becomes more of a problem that we don't see. Kind of like the garbage thing, that Garbage Island, how no one knew that was happening until it was happening. It's the same thing. Your clothing is not just disappearing into thin air. It's not being used.
I do shop at thrift stores, and I do donate.
That is a big way to
often.
like stop that from happening. Secondhand clothing, thrift shopping. I love thrifting. I did my little Thriving Thrifter campaign a little while back. Oh, thank you. I had a lot of fun with that.
You look like you had fun.
I had a lot of fun directing and getting people together. Miss Calypso Phoenix Brown. That was my first time working with her as a drag queen. And she served. She showed up on set. She's like, ready. She said, I'm here. I said, yes, Calypso. Jaden knows a little bit about the fast fashion situation. Jaden said fast fashion also produces clothes that don't last as long on purpose. Absolutely. They cut corners with the materials so that they feel good about getting rid of it. and then it just ends up in this junkyard.
And if it doesn't last, you're going to need more.
Right, and then you're going to need more, and then that's how you end up shopping again for the same things that are probably going to be thrown away. So yeah, it's becoming a really big problem. I figured I would share that because a lot of people don't realize where it's ending up.
We just all have to be a little bit more mindful of what we're buying and for how long we're using.
I agree. I couldn't agree more, actually. I feel like that's like something that I say a lot, unknowingly. So unfortunately, there's a lot going on in our economy and in our government and in our world that I really want to make sure to share with people, that I want people to be aware about. Oh my gosh, Zoe Rose is watching.
Yes.
Zoe Rose says, sounds like something I need, LMAO. What's fast fashion? Oh, girl.
Oh, it's bad, though.
Oh, it's bad. No, flip it and reverse it. Go back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. Once I post this, and you'll see what we're talking about. Because we're going to move on a little bit more to some hard-hitting things that I've discovered that are appalling, and I'm sure you feel the same or similar. So in Texas right now. Yeah, I said Texas. I know. Wow. Texas. There's a lot going on between the abortion law and between, this steel barrier. Did you hear about this that they approved?
No.
The Texas governor approved a mile-long steel barrier of cop cars to block off the refugees.
Oh, my
goodness. Yeah. And not only that, but he also said that he would rehire. I don't know if you've seen that image of the Border Patrol men with the whips. Did you see that? They're on horses with whips. Whipping people.
I am quite ignorant when it comes to like the news and stuff. I have to say.
I was just talking about this with Pastor Jody. I'm really bad with it, but also really good because of what I do here with you guys.
Yeah.
I keep up with it. It's unfortunate, like it's a drug.
I'm so empathetic. I allow some things to consume me, so I have to shut that energy off by saying no, thank you.
Jaden said, "Cop car barricade in Texas? WTF?" Yeah. I saw a terrible image of a bunch of black SUVs just lined up, just blocking them off from getting anywhere. And mind you, these refugees are living under the Rio del Grande Bridge. I can't believe I just said that, but yes, they're living under this bridge right now, and they're not just doing this because they want to, they have to. And fortunately, there's a new coalition being formed as well that is like pledging to help the refugees and also help the Afghanistan refugees. So that's really cool. I saw about that. The CEO of Chobani, I forget his name. If you guys heard of this story, the CEO of Chobani announced it on Good Morning America that a bunch of well-known brands and companies are getting involved with helping these refugees out and whatever they need to do to donate. I think Uber was one of them. Target was one of them. There was a lot of really big brands that were getting involved, and I'd like to see that at least. At least we have the two opposing peoples. We have the law, and then we have people who are saying, you know what, this is ridiculous. I need to do something.
I mean, I hope it works out, but it's 2021. It's hard to find the humanity in capitalism and police force and law. So
police going back to their origin, Gabe says. It's true. It's true. It's sickening. I honestly just when I saw the image of the Border Patrol man on a horse whipping a man who was running away with food in his hands. I actually shared the image on the Tea with Taylor Instagram. It was sickening to me. I literally was like you said, I felt it. Yeah. And I also have that sometimes feeling where I'm like, oh no, I forgot I'm somewhat empathic and I can feel this pain. I can feel this going on. Luckily, I know how to deal with it now. But I balance out all the crazy hardcore things like this that I see all day long in the news with cartoons and anime.
Oh yeah.
And smoking weed, but we're not going to talk about that today. But yes, at night I balance it all with cartoons and anime because it's brainless. It's
we definitely have our comfort shows.
Yeah, the colors, just everything. It's just pure, bright, beautiful, pure. That's what keeps me balanced because I can't deal with all this if I didn't have it. So shout out to all the animators out there because you're doing it big.
That is something.
Speaking of animators, I love your little animation that you got done that I
My
shared
logo.
for the promo.
Logo?
Your logo. It's so good. If you guys didn't see the promo, check out the promo video. AJ's company, his brand actually has a face now, and it's his gorgeous, beautiful face in purple as a monster creature of some sort.
Oh yeah, so that one, yes, I commissioned that for my friend. I think she's going by Vivian. They're going by Vivian Rose. They do digital art and always taking commissions. And I just told them I want to look like a little queer creature with a cat.
It's so cute. I loved it.
Really
the
cute?
cat too. The cat reminds me of this show I just watched on Netflix called Kipo. Have you seen that?
No.
It's so good. It's called Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast. If you guys are watching it, please tell me about it in the comments. I just finished it. It's so good. I love Kipo. Gabe says dogs. Yeah, they're everywhere. They're crawling around here today, Gabe.
Yeah.
Moving on a little bit more, another really good thing that I saw in the news, our neighbors in LA, they're addressing homelessness. A really big issue that we also are addressing somewhat here in New England. We're getting there. You know, the people in power are noticing.
I wouldn't say that Providence is doing a great job.
I say this about a lot of different things, and I'm going to say it about this as well. Providence is one of the smallest states. If we can't lead by example with things like homelessness, then what are we doing? Because it's such a big problem, but in such a small state, if we just focused on it just a little bit more, I feel like we could lead the way in finding solutions for things like homelessness. We're a smallest state. Come on.
We have to allow the people who have experienced homelessness to have a platform.
True.
And the people like, Brett Jacob, who is running for city council, who
absolutely
he's lived it.
Yeah, the future.
And he's speaking on it.
Yeah.
It's actually, we have to stop allowing certain people who have never walked these types of paths to
Some people will never Some people will never understand homelessness because it's never been something in their forefront.
Exactly.
It's in the rear view.
It's privilege, yeah.
Right, and it is a form of privilege. It absolutely is. What LA is doing is they're building these transitional temporary housing units around different areas of the city that are literally for homeless people to just live in. They're tiny houses too.
It's cute. They're not asking for much, and it's not a lot to ask for basic shelter, and it's not expensive.
And again, it's showing that they are paying attention, that they are on the issue, that it's in their forefront. It's something that is a big deal to them. And in LA, I'm sure the homeless population is a lot larger. I don't know what that is. Maybe someone could share that in the comments, the population of homelessness compared to here. But I don't know. I know it's a really big problem because a lot of people go out there with a dream and a whim and don't really have a plan.
Yeah.
So a lot of big cities like that have a really big homeless population. But I'm glad that they're paying attention to it. They're doing something about it,
all it takes is effort. And there's money there.
The money is there. I don't want to hear that. I hate when people say the money's not there. The money is there. It's there. You don't want to give it up because it's going to something else, but it's there.
Mm-hmm. Well, because if we end homelessness, then we stop perpetuating the impoverished, and the 1% gets rich over the rest of the 99.
And that's a whole nother issue. It's the 1%, honey.
Yeah.
They ain't trying to let go. And that's why they're the 1%. But let's see. I think at this point we're getting close to the half marker, and I actually wanted to ask you something about this so that you can tell everyone, because I didn't give you an opportunity to share with everyone what you do, who you are, your pronouns, and tell us a little bit about your businesses, all that stuff. But tell the viewers who you are.
Yeah, I'm AJ, he, him, and by day I'm a veterinary technician at City Kitty, which is the only cat-only practice in Providence.
Goodness, after you told me what goes on there.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, your days, Lord.
And on my weekends and on nights, I am a professional artist and poet. I have 2 organizations I'm running right now. Resin Mage, which is my resin line, and I
yes,
just
Resin Mage. Jaden,
just,
share the Resin Mage link, please.
And I just started my queer artist collaborative for
that's what I was going to ask you about.
Sober events. Yeah,
yes,
House of Temperance.
House of Temperance.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. I was going to ask you about that. So tell me about House of Temperance, because I saw the image. It looks amazing. I didn't quite understand what it was, but I waited till you got here because I knew you were going to be here.
So it's just starting up. I have my first event, and I can tell you about that. But House of Temperance is a queer artistic collaborative that provides spaces, sober spaces, for the whole queer community, but especially those like me who are in recovery or are looking for an AA or NA, but aren't totally okay with giving up their power and honoring a God they don't believe in.
Oh boy.
So art is my higher power, and that's what helped me become sober. In Providence, the queer community is filled with addicts.
Oh my God.
Just gonna throw you under the bus because it is, and we perpetuate that kind of cycle with only providing events at these places that perpetuate substance abuse.
Yes. Yeah.
You know? And when we don't use and open our arms and bring in the queer organizations that like Notes Coffee Co. in Pawtucket, in which my event will take place.
Okay.
Queer, Latina, lesbian owned.
And I'll make sure to share that on my event
They
page,
are fabulous. They're on 508 Armistice Boulevard in Pawtucket, and they're opening their doors to this event. My poetry event, which will be a thing that takes over 3 months, so November, December, January.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be November 1st, Monday, November 1st, 6 to 8. We do have limited capacity, and we're selling tickets.
Listen, leave me this information. I'll make sure to put it on my events page because I love doing this now. It's like taking over a life of its own. Now that I have my website for Tima Taylor, I also created an events page. And so it helps me actually keep track too because the website automatically eliminates them as they pass. But I can scroll through them now and be like, okay, wait, what am I missing?
Don't speak to me about organization because I don't have that.
Oh my God, it's helping. It's actually really
Mm-hmm.
helpful. And Papa Ken Barber, also with his spreadsheets, has been super helpful.
Shout out to Daddy Ken.
Shout out to Papa Ken. The spreadsheets actually really helped me a lot.
I don't understand them. He can do
I don't understand. I didn't understand, and I finally decided to use one to organize my guests and everything. And I was like, okay, actually, you got that. Fine.
Yeah, no.
You got to give the older generation their due credit when they're right, you know. Stephanie Clark, Saint Laurent. Hi, lovely humans. Love you both.
She is definitely one of my top clients.
Oh yes, we love you too. I love seeing her out, and she's always just so sweet. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. She says all the right things. Like, have you ever seen a brown person blush? Because you're about to.
He blushing.
I be blushing. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that because I love to use what platform I have to promote, all these different things. Of course.
For sure.
Absolutely. You're doing an amazing job. And from what I've seen from all of the different fairs and that time you were at Dark Lady and from all the things you post on Facebook, all your stuff is so great and you have such a good heart for these things. And like you said, art has saved your life essentially.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is to provide platforms for people like me who didn't have either the passion, the energy, or the belief that they can find a safe space to embrace their sobriety.
Right. And that's also one of the reasons I started doing the show. Out of like a side project that I felt, queer people could have a safe space to talk about whatever they want and know that I have such a dedication to the queer community as well as the black and brown community. And so you can come on this show and talk about whatever you want. That's why I love getting people involved with it, especially figureheads like yourself and different people that I've had on the show. It really has blossomed into something I never would have ever thought.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy with it. I'm so glad.
What you're doing is a phenomenal force for the smallest state because
stop. I just told you I was going to blush.
No. I think that watching this grow and seeing how people feel and especially seeing how reciprocated Jaden felt and giving them time, like it's really good. You are doing I talk to people who I read all the time. You're walking your life's path. Like you're actually helping heal and. That's all our life.
And I'm also, it's a process for me too. I'm sharing my process with everyone and hoping that process helps others. Because a lot of times, especially with these topics, I'm looking at stuff that I want to know. Yeah. And then I share what I've learned with you guys because I feel like my journey could help someone. Yeah. And so that's really my hopes and dreams here. So I'm glad to hear that.
You're doing it.
You know, that you see that vision. Talking about transforming and shape-shifting and all that stuff, one of the hot topics that I left for the last, that's going to lead us into where I talk about animals, y'all, and pets and all that good stuff, is I recently was watching a documentary about something where animals are actually beginning to shapeshift. They're outside the intricacies of how they live their lives and their body shapes, even to that extremes. Like, for instance, what was it? Parakeets, perhaps, their beaks have grown about 2 inches over the past 5 years to accommodate the newer lifestyle and having to reach further to get to their food source. So different animals around are changing the way they behave, their bodies are changing, the way they appear to us is transforming literally over the past 5 to 8 years to accommodate climate change, to accommodate scarcity of food, and sort of to accommodate the what's the saying that they use in the animal kingdom?
Survival of the
fittest. Yes, to accommodate that, they're shapeshifting literally in front of our eyes.
Well, it's evolution. I mean, we're all at the brink of like this new. Of course, we're going to shed old parts and take in new parts.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's survival of the fittest, and you know, it's the fight or flight. If you can't make it in this world, you have to.
Before we said it, Jaden said it. Yeah, Jaden commented and said adaptation, and they're changing because of the world around them is changing. It is. That's
like
what's happening.
They used to say, like, humans' pinkies and pinky toes are shrinking over time.
I mean, we used to have a tail, for goodness sake. So there's that. Lest we forget where we came from. I mean, there's always that. Just remember, you feel that little nudge back there, right above your.
We used to have a tail.
We had a tail.
And dolphins used to have legs.
Dolphins with legs is so creepy.
They have in their pelvis. They have the area where like a leg.
So creepy. I don't know if I'd want to see dolphins with legs. Jaden said, "Don't talk about my pinky toe."
It'll slice someone.
Oh my gosh! My toes are like talons sometimes. I forget to clip them. Gross.
Oh no, it's not even his nails.
Oh
it's
no,
it's just a triangle toe that looks like a switchblade.
I need to see this triangle toe.
There'll be a whole episode.
The triangle toe. It is spooky season. Yeah. That's spooky as hell.
That is spooky. Oh, God.
That is spooky as hell. So yeah, another thing with pets and pets in general that I wanted to get into with you about is how amazing of nonverbal communicators they are. Like, can you tell me some examples of that, with especially at City Kitty?
Oh, this is fabulous. This is like totally my thing.
They're just so good.
So I work at City Kitty. I'm super proud of my job. I'm a veterinary technician, and I've never worked at a non-mixed practice. Mixed practices are veterinary hospitals that work on either dogs and cats or multiple species at one time. So City Kitty only works on cats, and the wonderful thing about my relationship with cats and cats as a magical being is that it takes a certain type of mindfulness and emotional balance to be able to reciprocate a communication with a cat.
Right.
So they're just like dogs, where dogs feel your emotions, cats react to your emotions.
We just realized that when you guys came in with Honcho over here. we just experienced that.
So nonverbal communication with cats would be me going up to it and knowing that cats respond better to petting the head, petting the shoulders, not going to the cat's tail, because a lot of cats don't like that, and they have nerve damage or nerve issues caused by arthritis or something like that.
So that was a learning curve for me. I did not know that. Yeah. Because dogs, honestly, I think that they like when I play with them.
My dog's favorite part to be
love it.
oftentimes is right by
I had to learn that cats don't like it. I got attacked by my friend's cat named Snappy, who always was attacking people, which is why his name was Snappy. But I didn't realize that cats didn't like that until Snappy told me. He's like,
yeah. Oh, they will tell you. They bite. And that's another difference between dogs and cats. Cat's mouth is filled with so much more bacteria than a dog's mouth. About 85% of cat bites will become infected. Yeah, and there's cat bites that have looked less serious that ends up being very close to amputation.
Snappy the cat, Jaden says, yeah, Snappy was awful. It was my friend Sean's cat. But did you know, I attempted to find some fun facts, and I hope that maybe one of them will surprise you, but I doubt it.
Let's see.
I doubt it, but one thing that I found interesting was that dogs have at least 10 more teeth than cats. Do you find that to be true?
I am not educated in veterinary dental. You did know something.
Yes, I got you. No, and also cats have over 100 vocal sounds, and dogs have 10.
Yeah, so cats chirp, they click, they meow,
it's ridiculous.
They purr, they hiss. However, the meowing is for us.
Right, I heard that.
The
they
clicking,
only speak.
the chirping, the hissing.
That's for
that
other cats.
is for other cats.
Yes.
Clicking. You might see a cat chattering by a window when that's a hunting response.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I wondered what that was. I was like, you better get your cat checked out. One of my friends did that. And, like, always sat in the window and did that. And I was like, ooh.
But there are things like the founder, the woman who created City Kitty. She was working on a almost like a symposium talking about feline medicine, and she spoke on the vocal differences between how her cat calls her and her cat calls her husband.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you have 100 different vocal strands, there's got to be some intricacies to how they respond to people.
But there's certain meows that that the cats give to each owner, which I find interesting, and in hindsight, looking back at the cats I've had in the past,
I feel like that has something to do with gender and pheromones and all that business too, the way they respond to people, no?
And I mean, I think it also has to do with, like, so their social cues. So, oh my gosh, I made this meow, and they gave me a treat. I made this meow, and they were like, oh, you're distressed. I'm
boiling it down to Pavlov, y'all.
Yeah.
That's what it always comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Okay, I'm glad I asked that. I learned something today. That was the goal. I was like, I need to learn at least one good fact that I'm gonna hold with me and share at every dinner party from this point forward.
And you knew about canine dental structure, and I didn't really know about the canine
well, it was like 32 as opposed to 45 or something like that with their teeth difference, and I thought that was interesting because I feel that cats chew more than dogs.
You're wrong.
Really?
Cats don't chew. Cats hate chewing.
Really?
Yes, a cat can be toothless and still be on
So that's why they're able to have less teeth. That's why that has stuck with them.
They inhale dry food. And then they do this like scarf and barf.
Gross.
Yeah.
So gross. This is why I don't want a cat. I love them. They're adorable, and I want to pet them all the time. But I do not want to take care of one.
Well, ask Molly if she wants a cat.
Molly does not want a cat. She barely wants another dog. She barely wants me. She's like, oh, you're here again? Put food in my bowl, please. So another thing that I thought would be interesting to find out from you, what is a good way to choose a pet? How would you suggest someone choose a pet?
Don't go to a breeder.
Oh.
Rescue, adopt. Don't go... I understand people want this perfect dog, or perfect cat, but there's no perfect dog or cat.
No.
Or there's going to be a time where, just like children, something happens. Like the dog gets sick, the cats get sick, or there's going to be a behavior that you want to reverse. But I find best way to choose a dog is to think about your lifestyle. Think about the risks and the health risks that certain breeds are more susceptible to carry. Right. So like cancer. Right. Cancer is huge in Great Pyrenees breeds and boxers.
And like little things like, I know like with dogs with smaller snouts, they have breathing issues a lot.
So brachycephalic dogs, so like pugs and French bulldogs, they don't really do good in the heat, so they're not a good dog to have in Florida. They don't do good at heat, and they're also hard to intubate when giving anesthesia, and we really have to monitor their breathing. Oftentimes, and
that makes me think of sad things.
Yeah, I mean it's just an added risk.
Yeah.
But finding a cat, you let the cat talk to you.
Oh.
Let the cat choose you.
Okay. You know what? That's what cats. That's their whole attitude. Yeah. They're like, let me come to you.
And I'm sure you've heard the quote like, dogs think of you as God.
Oh yes, cats
think of themselves as God.
Yes,
and that's
literally
100% the truth. Like that Leo lion. Like
I found myself
attitude.
telling a friend that I was like, listen, you're honestly just too busy of a person, and just too, like, you're not home enough to have a pet, although you really have dog fever, like, he hardcore has dog fever, I'm like, maybe you should get, like, start with a fish or something, like,
right?
sometimes it's
take a little visit at the dog park.
yeah,
get your dog
sit
there.
or something. It's not always the right step,
Yeah.
the right move to adopt. That's why I asked, how do you find a pet? It's not always, the right move. You got, like you said, you have to evaluate your lifestyle.
And the number one thing I would say is make sure you can afford vet care. 100% veterinary care.
A shout out to Dr. Luis Daniel Munoz for watching.
Yes,
Thank you.
hello.
I love everything that he's about, and he's actually running for governor. So,
yes, he has my vote.
He has my vote. He's really doing some amazing things. He says Kelly and I are watching outside of the feed, the cheeks, cookies, and tea with Taylor and Jaden. I love that. So it's a family affair. You're watching the tea right now. I'm glad that we're not swearing or anything. The good doctor is watching. So let's keep it that way.
Oh no, please! He quoted my poem that I wrote that I recited at Woonsocket Pride.
Oh yes,
and you know how vulgar that was.
There were a few bombs in there. I was like, ooh, AJ is upset, y'all. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. So another thing that I found that was actually really interesting when it comes down to pets and actually animals in general is that they play an integral role in our mental health. We have long since talked about mental health, and I'm really glad that we have more mental health awareness as far as like people in general acknowledging mental health illness. But pets, they play a huge role in that. Having a pet, again, is in layman's terms, how I would put it, is like no matter what mood you're in, no matter how you're feeling, you come home and that pet is so happy to see you.
Yeah.
That pet is like, oh my God, this is my world. You're here. And no matter how you're feeling, no matter what your day's been like, you have to acknowledge that energy. You have to acknowledge that other living being. So I think that alone plays a huge role in your mental health. Oh, that's a new one too. So in true fashion, my light just turned off, but it's the brand new one. I'm so mad. But it's okay. We still look gorgeous.
So, what I would say to that is dogs offer unconditional love. Cats are very conditional. Birds, people who are bird people are a certain type of breed.
They are a certain type of breed. Bird people?
And this is coming from someone who ran a rescue of over 100 animals, including birds. They are a certain type of pets, and I would say you have to always just think of your lifestyle and think of the things that you want from a pet and the qualities of the pet that would be bringing to the table.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do a bird. No. I might be the person that just leaves the door open and bird flies away. Bye-bye, birdie. So I don't know if I'd be good with bird. I'm a slightly careless bird owner, I would imagine. I wanted one when I was a kid, especially a parrot. They're so pretty.
I don't like caging things, so I would have to have time to train the bird to live in my apartment.
When you clip their wings, though, it just grows back.
Yes, you have to clip.
It's
I had to clip. Depends on what species of bird, but I had to clip my cockatiel at least like once every 3 months.
Is that the giant bird that's in your Facebook?
No, it's a small one.
Oh, okay, the small one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, which giant bird? Oh,
was it an emu?
Oh no, so that's Sydney, who's at Winslow Animal Sanctuary.
Oh yes, are you still volunteering there?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to change to Thursdays, but Winslow Animal Sanctuary in Norton, Mass.
That's so cool. Every time you're there, I'm like watching. I'm like, what random animal are we gonna see pop up? I saw the rooster. I love that photo. You kissing the rooster on the whatever. I was like, that's cute.
He sings to me like, have you've heard of a rooster that what's the sound they say? Cock-a-doodle-doo, but what do you call that? I don't know. But this one generally really genuinely sings to me.
That's hilarious.
It's a gorgeous relationship.
Is it like a throaty kind of thing?
It's like a
don't know what.
And then he'll go in my ear and whisper. Like, do that again?
No. No, the noise, it's awful. That's interesting. So honestly, scientifically though, I found that a lot of people, we all know about emotional support animals.
Oh yeah.
So there's that. But they scientifically have proven, for the most part, that having a pet eases loneliness, encourages exercise, reduces stress and anxiety, and can possibly reduce the rate of depression.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh,
Absolutely.
Yes. I am as happy as I am.
That's the one that they are. There's not so much scientific proof to prove about depression, but we all know.
I have to say, my dog's got me out of a pretty dark place.
God,
and not to mention, cats purr at a frequency that is known to heal us.
I've noticed that when cats
not only
purr,
do they purr for their own health and happiness, they purr to heal us.
Yeah.
It's like an emotion booster.
I always thought that. I thought it was like, you heard how I feel about cats, but I always thought that when they purr, it's such a beautiful, like, relaxing sound.
Oh, yeah, they're beautiful.
I literally would like just like doze off, like.
That's how I feel every day at
Oh
City
my
Kitty.
God!
I'm just like, because we have the 2 hospital cats, and I'm just like, Walter, just come purr with me.
Jaden, you are the worst. Jaden's shouting out my turkey gobble. Thank you so much, Jaden. Don't reverse that one. Don't rewind and go back to that one, please. Nobody needs to see me gurgling. So another. I'm gonna share a few more fun facts that I found out about some animals in general. Let's see if you know this one. That every dog has a unique nose print.
I did know that, yes. Yeah. One of the things that we do in the veterinary world.
Don't say you take nose prints.
When the dog passes away, yeah, a lot of
That's so cute.
I don't. I do it, but sometimes I do it with the cats if they want to request.
Is it like the same process we do like fingerprinting?
So sometimes, dogs are usually in clay, and the cats ones I've done just with like ink stamp.
Gotcha. How do you get a cat to do that?
They're in heaven at that point.
I see.
You don't do the. Nobody asked for paw prints when the animal was alive. Weirdly.
Gotcha. This is there's no way of getting a cat to press its face against something.
Never.
I don't think that would ever happen.
They kill first.
Blood will be drawn.
Yes, for sure.
Another fun thing that I saw was hummingbirds are the only bird that can fly backwards.
Yes, so their wings flap at a vibration that allows, and I believe it has to do with the rotation and the vibration of the actual wing that allows them to do all. I mean, it's
all different directions.
Back and forth. I mean, it's
back and forth.
They can go spin back and forth. It's really. So I've been getting into hummingbirds on TikTok because there's this guy that like wears a hummingbird.
Of all the things to get into on TikTok, it's
that and like alien conspiracy.
That's a big one.
We need a whole show for that. I will talk
all day.
Ooh,
that's a good one. Yes. But hummingbirds, they're so magical. Mm-hmm. I was not surprised to find out that they're the only ones that can do that. Like I was like, hummingbirds. I set up hummingbird feeders at my last apartment on the porch, and they showed up a couple of times, and I'm like. Moment, but every time I tried to get it on camera or like get my phone, didn't happen.
Yep.
So there's that. But you all know how beautiful hummingbirds can be to watch. Oh, that's your FYP, AJ. Gabe said.
What?
Your FYP on TikTok. They start showing.
I have no idea what FYP is. Is that like the pages I follow?
Let's ask Jaden because Jaden's the social media expert here.
No, he does nothing. No, do you know? I don't know if he knows.
Jaden probably knows. Jaden,
I'm on TikTok.
Jaden made a TikTok and then.
Oh yeah,
3 weeks had like 14K or whatever kind of followers you had. I don't understand. If I could just figure it out.
I just slide. I just like if I like it.
I just slide.
Or whatever it is.
Or just slide. Huncho, that's 2 apples now. The dogs are still here, y'all, in case you were wondering.
Hey, doggies.
It's a hashtag. That's what Jaden said.
Okay, yeah. I know I knew that.
But it's kind of like how the algorithm of TikTok figures out what you like.
Okay.
So if you start liking things or you spend time watching videos with like pets, for instance, people who put hashtag pets or hashtag FYP start showing up in your feed more because they know that's something that you are interested in.
Okay.
That's how we all end up in the black hole of what we call TikTok. And you're spending 6 hours on TikTok just scrolling through videos and laughing your ass off.
Yes.
I'm
usually just zoned out, and then Jaden's trying to get my attention.
Terrible. Terrible.
You lost me.
I downloaded it as a joke.
Oh, I downloaded it because I saw really funny videos, but then I just got lost.
I literally downloaded it as a joke. Okay, so we can get to our game, and we'll share the last of my fun facts. So I found that only female mosquitoes bite. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Only female mosquitoes bite, yeah. I was like,
I hate mosquitoes.
It's always the bitches. What can I say?
The only females who are after me.
All the females after. Just kidding. But yeah, the only female mosquitoes bite. And starfish don't have brains. Yeah, sorry, Patrick.
Really? They don't have brains?
Yeah, they don't have brains. They don't have brains. And for me, that brought up the whole argument that I've been asking since like high school, which is the whole instinct versus intelligence argument. Like, a lot of animals don't have large brains, but they somehow survive. They somehow figure out how to get food, how to procreate, how to all these things with a pea-sized brain. And do we attribute that to their brains or their intelligence, or do we attribute that to their instinct? As well as humans, you know, like we don't have the biggest brains. Trust me, I've seen some of y'all. But yeah, you know,
and some of y'all's heads are too big.
Oh God, metaphorically and physically. But yeah, no, we somehow find a way with our instincts to survive and you know, make do and have all the things that we need. It's interesting in the animal kingdom to see, especially like bugs and things like that, who's this big. Like ants, for instance, so friggin', you would think so smart, but they have tiny little brains. Instinct. It must be. I'm convinced. No one can tell me otherwise.
Sealed.
Facts.
Graduated.
But yeah, that was really most all of my fun facts. So,
your facts were really fun. I'm really proud of you that you had a veterinary fact that I did not know of.
Oh yes, I know. I'm proud of myself for that. Gold star. So we're gonna get to our game for the day. Ancho is really licking my hand right now. Ridiculous. But we're gonna get to our game. Yay!
Yay!
So today's game, I played with my good friend Dion Sage today on his show Coffee with D. This morning, had me up talking in front of the camera all early. Like a damn fool. But no, it was really interesting. It was really interesting. We talked about church trauma and a bunch of other different things. It was a really good conversation. If you know me and Dion, we're just always going on about something. So it was just basically that. It was great.
Coffee.
It was great. Yeah, I had my coffee. He had his tea. Surprisingly, we flipped that. But yeah, we're gonna play this game that I like to call How Do You Do?
Okay.
And I played it with Dion, and he called it something else. I don't remember, but he called it something else, and it's not what it's called. It's called How Do You Do, because the rules of the game are, I played this once before too on the show. You have to figure out what song I'm trying to sing, but you can only say do do do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I hope you're ready for it.
Before we start, can we take like a 10-second?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay. Gabe said, by the way, my dog doesn't have a brain.
It's not his fault. He's looking in two separate directions.
That's not nice. I'm sure your dog has a huge brain for a dog. That's the only
dog.
Yeah. But AJ's gonna go run to the restroom real quick, y'all. So don't be appalled by the moving target. I always wonder if it's okay for me to walk off to use the bathroom. I don't know. Is that okay if I just? I mean, sometimes it happens. What can I say? Molly's sitting here on the couch still. Mama, come say hi. Come here. You want an apple? You want an apple? She's so hesitant to come. Unlike any other time when she's all over me. She's best friends with Jaden, apparently. So we love that. Excuse me. Oh, you're gonna eat your apple now? Now Hancho's gonna be jealous. Hancho has now wasted 2 apple slices. So no more apple slices for Hanchi. Yeah, so guys, how about this? I would love to see any fun facts that you guys know about pets and animals. Share that with me in the comments, and I'll read those out loud. I really am into this animal research that's been happening in the past week or so. So share some of your fun facts with me, and I'll make sure to read those out loud. We love fun facts. No, for real.
Hi, baby.
Okay, AJ is back in the building, y'all. Yes. Okay. So you ready for this? How do you do?
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. The dogs are apparently excited too.
Hancho finally likes me.
Hancho, get down. You're attacking AJ with kisses. Oh,
on screen.
You saw it here before. You saw it here first. Bestiality. No, I'm just kidding.
He came on to me first.
He came on to me. So we're gonna play How Do You Do, and I'm excited, but also frightened because I know you're not gonna get most of them because I'm terrible. So yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's see. What was the one that I did before as an icebreaker? Oh, you know this one. Do.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
There he is. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Love that. So now you get to play in the game. That's the icebreaker, y'all. Okay. What are y'all doing?
All right.
They are so excited. They're just hopping around like little bunny rabbits.
Good. They are little bunnies.
Bunnies are good.
Bunnies are good. Okay, but bunnies are good, but you can't sedate them. You can't put them on antibiotics.
No.
Like they'll just die.
The ADD is real. I can't believe I just bunnies. Oh my god! Ah.
They are good. Though. I do love them.
Let's see. What was the next one? Is
it Industry? Little Nas X?
Yes!
Yeah.
Wow, you're good.
Yeah.
Sure. That was Industry by Lil Nas X. Oh, thank you. Industry by Lil Nas X. Yeah, we were just talking about him a little bit earlier before the show, too. We love Lil Nas X. In case you didn't see in Gay Times, Mr. Lil Nas X is single again.
Oh, was he dating someone?
I don't know. I guess so.
Well, he did have that TikTok. It was like, oh, my boo, making my boo happy.
God.
I was like rose petals up the stairs and something like cliche like dating stuff.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, he's single again. That's what the Gay Times article said, and I said,
good. Text him?
I would like to know. Hopefully he comes out with a song like Alicia Keys with his number in it.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be the first one in your inbox.
Yes. I proudly endorse
text,
that.
call, video chat, all of the above. Hey, what up?
Yes.
That skin is...
First we have to find his manager or his PR.
True.
That's how you get in.
You know what?
Write an email.
You know what? I'm here for it. This is not above. Yeah. I am not above finding out who is.
And we'll send some classy photos.
Yeah, just, whatever. It's fine. I'll just send him a link to my Instagram. It's totally fine. No biggie.
And he will reciprocate.
I'm sure. You've seen his photos. I'm sure.
He's a genuine man.
Racy.
Yeah.
Racy. Makes me hot under the collar.
He is so revolutionary in the rap game.
The next one, okay, so the next song is actually really easy because she already did the doo-doo-doos for us.
Okay.
And now I gave away so many clues that you're gonna get it. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Is it Mariah Carey? Yes. I don't know what the song is, though.
All night, every night.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was like, she did it for us, so I have to go with this one. I'm so sorry. It was really easy. Jaden even got that one. Okay, Jaden, I see you playing along. Ew, Honcho, get out of here.
He's whispering sweet nothing. I could do this all day.
See, the pets do love AJ.
Yeah,
all of the pets, all of the babies. All of the fur babies. Mm-hmm. Molly's just down here wrestling with her blanket. No biggie.
It's my blanket.
Jaden said, Honcho, back off. That's my Mayan, Jaden said. Oh my god, my favorite seahorse dad. I'm so excited for you guys. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I almost forgot until Jaden just said daddy. I'm so excited for you guys.
Well, sometimes I'm kind of like that too. I get waves where I'm like, oh, this is totally cash. And then, like, comparing, like...
And then you're like, and then you remember?
No, I'm actually having a baby.
Like an actual
living human.
Human baby. Well,
that, like...
Human to be determined, but actual baby.
Come March, like, I am going to have a lot less free time.
I know, but it's going to be for such a good reason.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to come over and spoil the crap out of this child, by the way.
We're going to, like, just make everybody... take care of the baby while we nap.
This is an iconic moment. Yes. I'm so excited
There's going to be a lot of naps.
There's going to be a lot of naps. The pets will help.
Yeah.
The pets will help.
Well, Cody won't. He'll probably be like, get off my dad.
He's going to be jealous.
My child
he's going to be jealous. But usually they snuggle up with the pets and they get
Sam
comfy.
Sam knows she's pregnant.
Oh.
She knew even before he knew.
I love the babies.
Yeah.
Okay, so next song. I think this will be our last one. I forgot what it was because I didn't write it down, so give me a second. Shoot.
Maybe just make one up.
Oh. Okay, well, that also requires a moment of thinking. So, there's that. Let's see, what was I listening to earlier today? Oh. Actually, why don't you think of one and you give me
okay.
one and see if I figure it out.
Okay.
God, this is awful to think of on the spot. I had 3 written down.
Damn. Ooh.
I'm remembering the artist now, but not the song that I chose.
I don't do good under pressure like this.
No one does. That's why it's fun. I love to see you squirm when we play these games. It's so good. Oh, okay. I remember. Okay, go. You go. I remember now the song.
No, I lost that. You can go.
So okay, this one's a throwback. Do 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 do. Do 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 do
Pick.
Do 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 do.
Type of brother.
Do 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 do. Come on, you know this. Do do.
I can't. I know the song, but I don't know who sings it.
Jaden, please tell us what song it is.
Oh yes, telephone bill.
Yes, Bills. Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Oh, it's called Bills.
Yes, I'm like, I know you know this. Okay, you guys are being really good. So
good.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. You had me doo-dooing for some time.
That was really entertaining. I could listen to that forever.
Had me doo-dooing for quite some time. The Honcho's hiding under my chair now, so there's that.
Having a good time.
But yeah, no, that's our time today. We're coming down to the end of the show.
Okay.
That was fun.
Thanks for having me.
Damn near yodeled for you.
Now where's my backflip?
Yeah.
Then I'll show
Oh my God, can you backflip?
No.
Oh, who can? I don't know. I learned how to do a dip without breaking my back, so there's that.
I can't do that. I've tried, so that's like a lifetime goal.
It's a lifetime achievement, if you ask me. Because I was like, oh, I did it! And then after the first time I did it, I felt so much more comfortable doing it. And I'm like, oh, this is a skill now.
Now you can be a drag performer.
Literally, that's all you need. Make sure you guys check out my website for all the events. The link is posted because it's a long name, and I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to spend much time talking about events on the show anymore, so that you guys can check it out on the website.
Yes.
Check that out. There's a bunch of other different things you can do on there. There's a live chat forum. You can catch up on today's episode and all the other episodes. I'm going to make sure I post this one on YouTube and on the website later because YouTube malfunctioned like crazy today. Of course, with the technical malfunctions. So I'm going to leave you guys with that for now. AJ, what do you want to leave the viewers with today?
I hope people come to my event on November 1st at Notes Coffee Co. Tickets are $8. Very limited capacity, but if you're a poet, a songwriter, or a storyteller who is queer and would like to embrace the sober event, it's $8 per ticket. You can pick it up at Notes Coffee Co. And also just hit me up on Facebook, and I will lead you to that.
Love that. Okay, I actually love that. If I am available, I need to get to this. So I'm trying to indulge myself in more more art things.
You don't have to write. You just come with something to write, or that you wrote, or a story.
You know what? You gave me so much confidence when I was nervous during Pride Month about my speeches. You gave me so much confidence.
But you worked it, though.
You gave me so much confidence. I remember that. I was like, oh, thank God AJ's here. I was like, I could speak freely and not be afraid and not be nervous.
That makes me happy I made you comfortable.
Yeah, no, you did. I was like, and just having a familiar face and a friend with you always helps. But I am in no way a trained public speaker. And I have all these things that I like to say, but putting them eloquently, something in public at least, is something that I don't do very often. So, like anything else, when you're starting to do something, you're like, oh. But you really made me feel comfortable. So I'm glad. I'm glad you were there for that.
Me too. June was fun.
Oh God, no. It was a lot of work. It was fun. We found our time to have fun in between, but it was a lot of work.
I liked it.
It was a lot of work.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about I like the dinner that we went to. That was fun.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
That was cute.
I like it because I love being center of attention. So that was really good.
I like it because I just like to eat.
Like, people had to listen to me.
I like it because I like to eat.
The Italian food was great.
I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat now, so I'm always hungry. So there's that. I like try to pre-plan my next 4 hours of meals because I eat every 3 to 4 hours. It's kind of ridiculous, but okay.
I'm just like a grazer, and I eat very weird foods. Like I have pregnancy cravings all of my life. So like it's a pickle here and then like ice cream there.
Oh no!
And then like taquitos and
I can't
like
deal.
Random mushrooms.
So are you taking on Jaden's pregnancy?
Yes, and I even bought caftans. I bought
yes, your caftans
for myself.
Your caftans are out of this world. Always with the bright colors.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yes.
oh, here comes AJ, y'all.
I advocate for a caftan. Easy breezy.
You know what? It's comfortable, it's cute, and it works.
And it's a good.
I like to tell people with my fashion business when I have clients for that, I tell them keep it simple, stupid.
Yes, yes.
Keep it simple.
When I asked, I remember talking to you about that, asking like how you choose accessories, and you were like, kiss, and I was like, but what's that?
What's that? Keep it simple, stupid. Seriously, and I found that what works for me, what I feel comfortable with, and I repeat that in different versions of that.
Yes.
So that's what works, I think. So you heard it here. But make sure you guys are being good to yourselves. I want to make sure to say that and to make sure to give you that little inspiration boost for your Friday evening, which I'm going to give you back. Thank you for watching, and thank you for keeping up with me on the socials and all the different things, and for all the love you're showing. Honestly, special shout out to the queer community and to everyone who's donated to Taylor Neptune Incorporated. I really appreciate it. For everything that you said about the show, for all your support. I went out last week and I heard from a lot of the younger queer generation that they really appreciate my show and all the content, and
that brings me joy.
It brought me so much joy. I was like, these are people that I didn't even know listens to anything I say.
For people like us, if we can have an effect on one person,
just one, that's enough. That's all. That's enough.
To hear that the young people coming.
I honestly, again, if you've ever seen a brown person blush, because I honestly felt my cheeks were super warm. I was like so humbled by
such a proud moment.
So humbled by the sentiment that these young people will come up to me and say, "I really am enjoying your content. I really love what you do for us. Thank you." It was like so sweet and mushy and gushy and disgusting, but that's why I do it. It's for you guys. So thank you so much for all that you do and for all your support and for all your love. And I'm gonna give you back your Friday now. So enjoy, and thank you for watching. Make sure you share, and make sure you come out for some events, y'all, because we're gonna be vigilant about posting those. And I'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Peace.